Hey guys, we're back at the reloading bench and we wanted to talk about 38 long. Specifically, I wanted to shoot those in this model 1901 Colt Army, which is a little bit interesting. It was made in 1903. It has your standard RAC inspector's mark, but it also has JTT on it, which is John T. Thompson, which is the very same Thompson who invented the Thompson submachine gun. So that's kind of cool. So I need to shoot it, right? The problem is, if you know anything about 38 long, which I myself am just now learning, the interesting thing there is they originally, from my understanding, used something called a heeled bullet. And this is a black powder cartridge originally, and they ran typically a 375 bore. So I'm not exactly sure why they transitioned that way, but that's what they did. And to let that bullet fire down that larger bored barrel, that's what they came up with. So that's cool, that's neat, wouldn't mind trying it, but I don't have those dies. I don't want to buy, a couple hundred bullets or whatever. I just want to do it the cheap way, right? So what other options do we have? Well, we can do something like this. We can use a hollow base bullet, right? And that would be a regular 357 diameter bullet. And what ends up happening is under the pressure, that expands out to grab the rifling, and away you go. You're actually using it as it's meant to be. But again, I don't have molds for that. I really don't want to buy a bunch of them. I just want to shoot a handful of them to say I did it. So how about we just sort of create one? I took a standard 357 projectile. I drilled a hole in it, roughly 200 thousandths diameter. I went about a 1/4 inch deep, and honestly, that was just a little bit of this, kind of winging it. And I loaded them super light because, again, it's a black powder design gun. I do not really want to abuse it. And I ran them 500 feet a second, which, as you know, is very, very slow. And I'll tell you what, they grouped about 4 inches at 15 yards. Not too bad. I was pretty happy with that. And you can see, oops, camera's in my way. You can see, all it is, I just drilled a hole in it. I stuck them in a lathe and I modified a couple dozen, and that was that. And I don't know if you can catch it in the picture or not, but I definitely could see it under magnification. It did grab the rifling all the way around the base of that bullet, so, which, makes sense because it was pretty accurate. But what did that do? That let me use, regular 38 special dies. I didn't have to use the shorter brass because the early armies there are through-bored. 38 special 357 didn't exist, so apparently they had no need to put that step in that cylinder, which, good and bad. You could drop 38 special rounds in there, which I do not recommend, and you could drop 357 rounds in there, which I definitely do not recommend. I mean, if you want to blow it up, I guess you could, but these things are pieces of history. Treat them gentle, right? So I want to shoot it. I don't want to spend a lot of money. Using this little modification lets me fire a regular bullet that I had laying around. It lets me use regular 38 special dies. I mean, it's really a win-win. And, so long as you're not going to be doing a bunch of them, you'd be kind of boring to drill all those. But if you just want to scratch that itch a little bit, real easy way to do it. Okay, guys, until next time, see ya.